Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. One Jack here, hopping into another map of Counter-Strike. Here we've got Furia taking on Complexity. Just going to fast forward a little bit, hopping into map one here of Mirage, picked by Complexity. Tight series here, two exciting but definitely streaky teams. Hard to predict who comes out on top here. Complexity, definitely some ups and downs. Poison's been flagging a little bit, one of my favorite players, but definitely not been carrying his weight as well. JKS has some strong maps and some poor performances recently. Config, this sort of the story of this whole team. Even BlameF's calls being called into question recently, and putting himself in a lot of clutch situations. But we know they're a god-slaying team when their parts all gel together. Fury, on the other hand, aggressive, seem to be gelling well together. Junior starting to come into his own on the op, having some big moments, even though he struggled early on in this roster. We'll see who comes out on top here as we have Complexity storming out of the apartments, and they'll find two quick ones, Poison and Config. Junior trades back onto Config with a nice little tap, but Poison will kill him from the top of Van, and that is the site unlocked. Vinny alone in a 1v3, odds are low. It's going to be creeping up. First fight will be against Blame, and Blame's going to blindside him. Vinny just not even looking. Blame does not go around the... there it is. Thought Blame was just going to wait on the angle and give Vinny a chance, but nope. The IGL for Complexity ensures they have the first round, and Config with those nice little entries jumping clear over the player close under window there. Quesarado with that nice little opener on underpass, but Config pulls it back. And yeah, this right here was Poison actually that jumped right over Art's head. That one always makes you feel a little silly when you can't connect that kill and the guy jumping right over you, but it happens. Furia, no buy, just one decoy on Vinny, USPs all around. We've got AKs and a MAC-10 and a Galil for Complexity. We've got the aggressive push towards A ramp. They want a gun, they want something free, and they've got nothing there. And Mr. Palace himself, JKS, hanging out here with the Galil, will have heard that. He knows exactly what's going on in Complexity, are actually going to come back and look for the frags. Yeah, Blame F sprays down two. We've got Poison finding another one. These USPs just dinking away a little bit, getting some damage done. Rush almost going down there to 8 health. But Complexity will win that one comfortably, getting that good information off JKS. And if you're playing against Complexity, you know exactly where JKS is every single round on this T side. That is a Palace man through and through. Great little spray control here from Blame, taking USP shots to the chest. It just feels bad on that Furious side. It's so frustrating because you know if one of them had an AK, that kill is there. But alas, full buy here. Junior does get that op. A little bit of util missing. The window smoke is going to let Complexity storm out towards the middle. Junior from Connector will get Blame over on the catwalk. Nice opener there. Now everyone playing slow, lots of mid control for Complexity. We have Vinny playing fairly passive on the catwalk, is not going to be able to do anything towards this connector push. We've got three Complexity players grouped up, as well as JKS has come out of Palace towards ramp. Art in close here alongside Yuri. JKS finds the first, but Yuri will take him down. That information does go to Complexity. Rush holds down the spray with the MAC-10 and is able to get that kill onto Yuri. 3v3, but Complexity with a solid positioning advantage. We've got Junior headed over towards CT. Vinny does find one through the smoke into connector. That's huge. Rush very low. The numbers favoring Furia here, all except the timer on that bomb clock. Poison goes down, can't connect his spray. Rush so low, just wants to stall. Knows there's players coming from all sides. He's got two towards jungle as well as Junior's op towards CT. It seems like Furia do not know where he is, but this is a common position. They'll clear this. Very unlikely Rush finds two here. Does get the first one to Quesarado, but Vinny holds the line and finds the first for Furia. Always a good bit of momentum when you get that third round as the CTs after losing pistols, because the way the CT economy works, if you lose that round, likely the next one's gone too, and then that number 4 or 5 rounds start coming at you fast. Furia do get their first on the board. Complexity, though, should have the money for a full buy, absolutely, because they had some bonus weapons there. So Poison on the op, full util across the board, AKs everywhere. Furia side still a little light. Quesarado on that MP7. Not going to find any unprotected heads. We'll see if he can do some body shot work, though. Vinny finds the first alongside Quesarado with that. Oh, Vinny with the triple kill into apps. Great little angle, and Complexity do not clear it. Art still here on Van. Should be good for another one every day of the week here. He spots JKS's head, and there you go. Junior swings in to get that last one with the op, and the apartment's pushed by Complexity. Annihilated. That's got to hurt. Your first op round, you choose to go through apartments and lose 3 to the AUG spray down. Ouch. Let's take a look at this one from Vinny. Gets the first one coming out window and immediately resets. Knows that he's going to get, oh, he gets double swung. And that's on Poison there. I mean, or sorry, no, Poison had that initial one. He could have gotten a shot off, but Rush behind him on the double swing had a few extra seconds to get the shot done and was not able to. And we've got a cheeky little boost coming here. They're waiting for some aggression down mid, looks like. Got the little human pyramid here, just daring someone to come around this corner, looking for a gun or a fast flank. But Furia, unfortunately, haven't taken the bait yet. We'll see how patient Complexity can be, as Vinny is the man who would be running into this. And Complexity will give it up. Would have been fun. Maybe next time, Vinny. Hopefully he'll go back and watch the footage and see what he missed out on. Fortunately, that little delay has given a ton of map control over Furia. So we have Yuri on scaffold, and we have Art pushed up here at Apps. He spots the first, turns away from the flash, not able to connect. The pistols hose him down. Just gets a good bit of damage on Rush. Oh, but that HE is going to finish the job under Rush, and it's going to create enough disarray that Quesarado can find 3. Vinny down from that catwalk position. Again, real crisp with this AUG. We've been seeing more and more AUG usage when you've got those long sight lines and those angles to hold, especially into an eco. Can be a very powerful weapon. Blame F with that recovered AK does find one onto Vinny, and he's got himself in a 1v2 here with the bomb, and not a ton of time, but Yuri absolutely just heard him go through cat. Blame's dead here every time. There's no way he's ready. Oh, and he jumps around the corner. Oh, that was close. Yuri almost whiffed that round. Yeah, there you go. Figure out the spray control. After getting that pick onto Vinny, Cat seems Blame assumed it was clear. Yuri plays spoiler. No bomb plant means that JKS a little light on utility, few nades missing from other players, but mostly a buy for Complexity. Fury on the double op setup. We've got Art bringing it out, and he'll be headed towards Catwalk, looking across mid, looking to set up a crossfire here. So Quesarado holding the apartments. Complexity are going to be, oh, and Junior finds the opener onto Config from Connector. Going out into mid is just such a risky proposition, even with the smokes. And Vinny on the boost finds Poison as well. And that's the bomb. Now, Furia have no confirmation that the bomb's there. It was dropped before Config went around the corner. But that is some good info. JKS has slunk out of Palace and has taken some space towards ramp. He's on Tetris. He knows right where Yuri is. And he's waiting for a shot. And he fires off some bullets, gives away his position. And Junior will swing out and clean that one up. We're going to have a 2v5 for Complexity. They're heading towards the A ramp. Blame F thinking about some smokes. They're going to walk up quietly, hope that they just get lucky with some poor rotates. But they've got a crossfire between Yuri and Junior. And Yuri pretty deep. He probably heard the footsteps from Rush right there. No rotates called for yet, so I suppose not. Rush seems to know exactly where Yuri is, but still no chance to kill him. And there's going to be a boost onto stairs, hoping to find that player on jungle unprepared. Yuri now hears Blame F, and he knows exactly what's going on. He'll swing out, and Blame F does get the kill onto Yuri. Junior find Rush, and now they're going to reset. Furia, the Molotov pushes Junior away, and with Yuri dead, that might be the bomb plant for Blame. Quesarado's going to come through the smoke. Blame was ready for it, but not able to connect the shot. Such a smart player when it comes down to those clutch situations. Blame F putting himself in that 1v1, knowing exactly what Quesarado was going to do, but just not able to connect the bullets. Complexity are going to take a timeout. They are pretty broke. Unlikely do we see a force buy here, I think. Into the hardware that Furia are sporting. It's a tough prospect, but they're going to take a timeout, talk over options. Because ever since Furia have gotten onto the rifles, Complexity have had no luck. Blanked 3-0. No real standouts. Vinny, with that triple spray down a few rounds ago, has brought himself up to 8 kills. Has been very strong from that cap position. That little boost catching Poison last round was quite good. Making that AUG sing. Yeah, we have a little bit of a partial buy here for Complexity. We've got deagles, we've got armor, we've got helmets. but they do save around the $1,500 mark on average. Poison saving up will hopefully get that op next round. Window smoke gives Rush the space out towards mid, and all of his teammates in tow, except of course JKS over on that A ramp. Rush finds the first, can't connect. Oh, there we go. Does finish Yuri off with the Tech 9, but Junior finds two from this ticket position, looking for a third, and he's got it onto Blame. Can't get the fourth though. What more do you want from this man? As JKS will take him out towards Ticket. Art finishes Poison, who went for that aggressive peek towards CT, and Art showing his opping prowess is another asset for this Furia team. Finds the final two after Junior got the first three. The Oppers for Furia showing up in a big way there against that Eco, which almost caught them unprepared. Yuri going down first was a bit worrisome. If JKS recovers that gun and they're able to get their utility out with armor and a couple of rifles, that gets dicey, especially in the double op retake, but not to be as Junior holds the line. 5-2 Furia, complexity on a full buy, Poison with the op, missing a little bit of util, but not too bad. Quesarado going aggressive with an op here. Interesting. Poison wins the op duel onto Junior. That's a big opener for complexity. And now Quesarado with the only op on that CT side. As we've got Art on the AK. And he's pushing up A ramp, which is a lot of info. They also hear those bullets as it looks like Blame F is spamming from top mid towards window. Complexity with full mid control, players all over it, and of course, JKS and Palace. What else is new? Quesarado still holding the line in the apartments, but it doesn't look like that's where Complexity are headed. Config clears out the connector. Poison's got that op trained on Yuri's position. He looks away, but the smoke is still up. If Yuri pushes through, though, it's at least a 1-for-1 likely. Smoke clears, and Blame finds Yuri. Poison will take Vinny out at Ticket. And just like that, Complexity find two huge frags to shatter the defense of Furia. Looks like Furia will try for the retake. Poison holds the line onto Cat. Great couple frags from him this round, and Quesarado is just going to save that op as far away from the A side as he can. And Complexity are already hunting. They've already got players in CT. Are they going to pursue it further? They should suspect an op. He didn't fire a bullet, but they know that there were two ops on the Furia side. Not ridiculous to think he recovered one, even if you don't know that he had been holding it in apartments this whole time. Doesn't look like Complexity are going to go hunting too far into the B site. The only chance here would be Poison coming up Cat, but it looks like he doesn't have time for any of that. They're just going to be happy with their third round and their beginnings of a bank. Fury are going to take a timeout to think that one over. They'll be mostly bought up. Yuri's a little low, but can probably get a dropped rifle. And that was a great little shot from Poison. Sees the thigh, flicks up a little bit, and that shot onto Vinny. He was standing still, but it was still quick to get it off, and well done to spot it. Complexity have those nerves under control. Feel it in their groove. I've put a couple rounds together here. And by a couple, I mean one, but it's something. Let's see what Furia come up with. Their bank cannot support another loss here, so they would love to at least trade evenly, save some guns. With those double ops and Vinny still on that AUG. Missing a couple of helmets, not going to matter. Kits across the board. Can Furia maintain their lead, or are we going to see Complexity bringing things one round closer to even and likely tying it up? Rush playing towards ramp. There's Molotov there. Looks like an A set piece. Guess who's in Palace? And Art takes that aggressive swing and never actually saw Rush. He must have heard him. And Rush not able to clear the angle. Art swings out and gets him, but the flash from Poison is going to ensure Config gets the trade. Yuri from Dark, though, does get Config pushing out. JKS drops out of Palace, finishes Yuri. These trades back and forth. We're in a 3v3. And once those smokes clear, there is some aggressive opping coming from Ticket. So we have Junior and Quesarado have a bit of crossfire. Junior sitting on stairs, Complexity not able to find any space out towards the site, not enough for a plant. And they know these ops. Oh, there's a gap in this smoke. Quesarado with a lot of space. And JKS taking a bunch of damage from an HE. And Junior's pushed up all the way to the bottom of mid, perhaps going to hold the line through spawn. No, he'll think better of it and come back towards Cat and Connector. He just wanted to make sure that they weren't ripping the bomb back around towards apartments. And it looks like he's confirmed that. Complexity just playing very patiently, very slow, waiting for the rotates, trying to get some information about where the Furia defenders are playing. The smoke's going to go towards jungle. It's a fair assumption there's an op there, but there actually is not right now. Queserado's got this one towards Ticket. And Junior with another across connector. 27 seconds. Complexity have to figure something out here. They need a bomb plant, even if not a round win. Blame has cleared stairs. This leaves very few positions where the Furia side could be. They've got to be thinking flank a little bit now, but oh, just like that. Finally, the hammer strikes down. Complexity have run out of time, and those 2 kills from Furia ensure that no bomb plants happening, and this round goes the way of the Brazilians. Such good play. We think of Furia as this really aggressive, brawly type of CS team, but that right there, no peaks taken. They got into that 3v3 and they just held the line with ice in their veins. Junior getting just enough information by heading out towards mid. And after this bloodbath of an opening, they just starved Complexity out, didn't let them cross over, didn't let them find an opening until it was far too late. Flashes out mid. Junior had that peek from and Config with a 1-tap through the smoke, and Junior with a no-scope through the smoke right back. What were those 2 kills? That was nonsense. Vinny's gonna swing out on Cat. JKS more than ready, hits the headshot. 4v3, make that a 4v2 for Complexity as Blame F pushes that smoke and takes down Junior. That is both ops gone. A lot of financial damage in a short amount of time. Queserado holds the line against Rush, and Yuri will claw him back on JKS, making this a 2v2. And Yuri, he could still see poison. He pulled out that grenade a little prematurely, but it does finish the job. Blame it a 1v2. How many times have we said Blame it a 1vx already this map, much less in the Complexity's last couple sets of matches? This seems to be their plan A most of the time. However, very distance from that bomb, almost no idea where these CTs are. Gets the first one for free. That's a nice little gift from Yuri. And Queserado in a terrible position here. But unfortunately, so is that bomb. Blame is not going to be able to beat Queserado to this A site. So if he crosses here, he's dead. Yeah, there he goes. Queserado hyped about that one. Bit of a coin toss there. If Blame had gone the other way, Queserado had a much, much lower chance of figuring that one out. What was this? The 1-tap onto Art, and then Junior. Oh, gross. That wasn't even the player he was shooting at. He was definitely, and then Junior pulls it right back. Just a no scope, one random shot through the smoke, and he connects it. If you're Config, you've got to just accept that. That's fate evening things out. Light util on the Furia side as a bunch of various smokes. Oh, and we have a full execute coming from Complexity. They're going fast towards this A site. Junior hits Rush's leg and will finish the job through the box. Junior, somebody checks this man's PC. JKS will get one onto Art though. And Complexity have the bottom of the A site, but Yuri on the boost will find Config's head. That's got to hurt. 3v4. Complexity should get this bomb down. Yeah, they do. Blame gets it down, but this is a tough spot, but much more. Oh, Poison overstayed his welcome once that smoke cleared. Junior won the fight. JKS taking a greedy angle here. Yuri peeks over and JKS rewarded, gets the angle he was looking for, and another good one onto Queserado. Vinny will finally finish the job onto the Australian. Blame F, last one here, and it seems like Furia know exactly where he is. Vinny going to swing onto him. Shortly, it looks like some utils coming his way. A molly goes a little deep, and the defuse. Oh, and the smoke means Blame's not going to get a clean shot at it. Once again, Furia putting Complexity into a very uncomfortable position. Complexity did get that take, and Furia bend, but don't break. They lose 1 or 2 players coming into the site off some solid fragging, but they just fall back, hold the line, deny space, deny control, deny frags, most importantly, to Complexity, and they make the retake happen. Complexity do get the money from the bomb plan. We've got our cute little extra vision here, and that was the wounded player. That wasn't killing anyone else. That's just remarkable. And if you're Rush, you just got to be in disbelief. We've got a run boost here. Config coming across middle. Window not smoked this time, looks like. And Junior's still playing that con position. My mistake, window was smoked, but Config still playing the run boost to beat Junior's angle on connector, where he in fact was. Flash is going to go over. We've got Art in the window, but just with this SMG here, he's got the MP5. Works if you get Blame unprepared, but will not win very many fair fights against an AK-47. A lot of mid control here for Complexity. And we do have Rush peeking around the apartments and your boy in the palace still. Config. Oh no, that was actually Poison. I thought that was Config's flick, but Art Caserado dead and Art down very low. That window double swing just absolutely not working out for Furia as Poison. That was quite a one shot from that AK. Furia will get JKS up through the scaffolds, denying the A side of the map. There's 3 Furia players and no Complexity players. It looks like that's where they were headed, and it still looks that way. Got Yuri down on ramp, Junior at ticket, and Art running around CT jungle trying for some info. Complexity explode onto the site. They hit Junior in the shoulder for a bit of damage, probably confirming his position. Are they ready for Art here as well? Complexity push up very close, but not taking any of these peaks. Yuri swings out. Junior on the confusion will pop out and get poison. And that's Complexity's round done and dusted unless we see some serious heroics. Blame F with the pre-fire only loses half his health for Yuri, but these 2 players on ticket should have the round done, even just on time. Yeah, Vinny finishes off Blame. Rush here. No time. Just needs to trying to get one more kill, trying to take an op away, but no such luck. And the timer, Complexity is enemy again, and you can see the frustration. Rush is mad. They wanted that plant. Bit of an odd problem. We don't usually see this in matches this high level where Complexity keep getting control of the A site, but not having the frags and this patient play from Furia. It's like having a spider in your room and trying to go to bed. You just can't relax. You can't play your defaults. They're just saying, please peek us, fight us. We're really good aimers. We'll take you down. But Furia playing it so patient. Yuri swings out for that first one, and then Complexity players turn for the refrag, and Junior pops out and kills Poison. It's just they're punishing a lack of discipline on the Complexity side, which I think is an accurate diagnosis. If there's one thing Complexity was missing from being a consistent team, it is that discipline. Their rounds can tend to fall apart. Furia playing this one very, very smart. I like what I'm seeing from the Brazilian roster right now. Not least of which is their keyboards. Look at that, the Caserado's got going on there. Seems like we've got a timeout as players are thinking things over. Complexity coach here. His name escapes me, but I'm sure he's got some thoughts on the matter here as Complexity not finding much purchase on their T side. They found the opening 2 and only 1 sense. The odd bomb plant, the odd site take, but not able to actually effectively defeat Furia's defense by any sense of the word. And they need these last 3 if they want this map to stay competitive. Fortunately, just Deagles and some armor here. Poison saving up for the op. Rush 2 broke for the armor. And just the barest amount of utility as well. Blame with 1 smoke, Poison with 1 flash. Config pushing up through this wall of smokes. Takes a bunch of damage from the spam on Art. And Furia know there's players lurking in these smokes. Not able to fully connect for that first kill. Blame coming in from underpass is mollied off by the catwalk player. Art's going to peek out. He spots Poison, takes just a little smattering of damage for that info. That Poison sitting on chair with the Deagle. Complexity, again, a lot of space taken, but again, they bend but don't break. Config taking another little tiny sprinkling of damage. That M4A1S has brought him low, but no kills on either side yet. And there we go. There's the first exchange as JKS for Yuri. Should be recovered. And Config with a great 1 dig onto Junior over in CT, but Caserado won't let him make it 2. Caserado on that MP9 looking to make some money here. Rush really needs this 1 dig, but Arts A1S wins it out. Complexity finally finding a bomb plan as they won the A site off that pick from Config onto Junior. Blame F completely blind. Caserado will swing out and gets 1. And wow, that was some distance to get an MP9 kill. Or an MP9. Caserado recovers the op, and Furia get their 10th. And this is looking painful for Complexity. Just a messy round, and it's turning into chaos, positions and angles not being held by either side. And in that chaos, Furia are thriving. The range on that kill onto Poison, the spray control on that gun, very, very good. But remember, Poison was unarmored, so it wouldn't have been that many bullets that needed to connect. Complexity on the full buy again. Poison with the op. Streaming out towards mid. Whole mess of flashes will shoo Art away from the angle. We've actually got Junior up in the apartments here. He's usually been playing connector, but he'll be up against Rush, and ba-bam, there it is, just as I say it. Config, though, tears up Cat, and we'll trade him back on Vinny, and he knows exactly where Junior is and finds him actually with a few bullets, but Junior did get poisoned. Traded out by Config, and the B site belongs to Complexity. BlameF needs to get something done here, and he finds Art in window with that really smart little push. That's vintage BlameF, just knowing exactly where and when Furia players will be on their rotates. Last two Furia players in market, smoked off. Blame playing ladder room. Waiting for a refrag, and Yuri gets one. JKS will go 1-for-1, leaving Blame in a 1v1 against Quesarado, who's going to smoke off the bomb, and he's going to fake the defuse. He knows exactly where Blame's coming from. He mollies off the apps. Blame tears through it. Quesarado hops on the bomb, but does not stick it. Blame spamming, gives away his position. Quesarado, they now know where each other are, and Quesarado with that great little headshot, ice in his veins. Blame mad that he could not pull that one off. His clutches have not been paying off here. And again, that's kind of been plan A for Complexity for a while now. There you go. Nice little back rub. Well done, Quesarado. Beating Blame on a clutch. It's just Complexity don't come back from that, man. Moving into the final round of our half, round number 15. Mostly a full buy for Complexity. Poison does not have the op. Not that he's really been able to find much success with it on this T side. Looks like Complexity are headed towards the A site. We've got some mid and connector smokes going out. And JKS finds that first, a wall bang onto Junior on ticket. That's excellent. That's the opera down, but Art off Quesarado's flash finds two, and Yuri finds one. The A ramp push annihilated. Oh, that's got to sting. The crossfire coming in on those quick rotates, quick and decisive rotates from Furia. Dismantle Complexity, and no chance here. They're done. Get him out of the server. Blame F finds two. Well done. Vinny will finish it. 12-3 half for Furia. Not looking like much hope for Complexity here. That has got to sting. Their T side just unable to find purchase against the Brazilian defense. It was the bend but don't break approach that really paid off. I highlighted it earlier, but Furia were willing to give up space. They're willing to give up bomb sites because they were playing for the frags. And Junior, oh my goodness, rounds like that were just huge. Config with that vac shot and a vac shot right back. Speaking of right back, that's where I'll be. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. One Jack here with the second half of this matchup between Furia and Complexity. Map 1 of Mirage, Complexity's pick, dominated by Furia. Their defense was absolutely unbeatable. They lost the pistol and the eco afterwards, and then just a single tight little round that Blame F was able to find in between around 6 or 7. Let's see if Complexity's CT side can make this something. It absolutely needs to start with this pistol. If they go down 2 rounds at the start of this and give up match point before their first buy, they're done. Vinny tapping away takes JKS down to 2 health, but not able to finish the kill. That's one of those ones where you tap into the console and go, oh, what the hell? I did 98 to him. Of course, the Furia player is probably not as whiny as I am, but still a bit frustrating. Furia just kind of playing very passive here, hoping to get pushed, hoping to find an early advantage or some info. Complexity have taken a lot of space on this map here. We have Blame F has pushed way up mid, hoping to find an unprotected head with the USB. That's exactly what he does onto Yuri. And Art swinging out to find the trade finds Config instead, who protects his IGL and secures the 3v5, make it a 2v5 as Poison. Oh, these mid USPs. Yeah, that was the wrong place to take some duels there for Furia, as those Glocks and P250s not able to win the day against the USPs. Rush tapping away, winning the damage battle onto Junior, but no kills found on either side. Look at Junior up on 17 and 8. Just as I say that, Poison takes him out through, looks like through one of the boxes from market. This leave Quesarado all alone up in apps. Complexity know exactly where he is. He's just hoping to find 1 or 2, maybe a way out, maybe a way over to the A bomb site. Maybe just a moral advantage, but it does look like Complexity have picked up this pistol round, barring something insane. And Quesarado, knife out, runs back to the apartments into the Complexity hit squad that will finish off that round. And no bomb plant probably means no force for the Furia side. Just a decoy for Vinny here. I don't know what that's all about. He did it once last time too. Oh, we've got 3 decoys. Oh, we've got 3 decoys. Red alert on the Furious side. Light buy over for complexity. A couple of MP9s and a couple of Famouses, hoping to cash in on the lack of head armor. We've got a bunch of decoys headed out towards the A site, looks like. Complexity don't appear to have bitten too hard on the bait, although they have given up mid control. Blame have to be tested on underpass. Gets the first. The smoke will prevent the second duel from happening. Queserado is pinched from over on the cat side. JKS holding the line. Yeah, Furia was a fun idea for sure, but just not able to overcome the firepower advantage. Individual duels happening all over the map, and 40 seconds in, Furia are all dead. Full buy here on both sides. Poison is able to bring out the big green gun. Look at that. Off the smoke. Blame finds the first one. Poison. Did not expect him there. Did Junior. Swinging out from Palace. Drops down to finish the job onto Yuri. Furia streaming out towards mid. AKs across the board. No ops yet. And a good amount of damage taken from the utility there. We've got Config, Rush, and JKS still on less than ideal guns, hoping to cash in. Start building a bit of a bank, but you do just have to go for the bonus here. Blame F heard Art jump in window, but he's going to back away. Not going to challenge him quite yet. He's very patient. See if that pans out for him. JKS playing close on ramp, looking to smoke it off if the push comes. But Furia are just spread out all across mid, as well as Art in window. Which direction are they headed? Are they to test Config over on the catwalk? Or will it be Poison and Blame in this jungle position? Poison swings back over to Ticket to keep an eye on Connector on that smoke. Art comes out and Blame's patience does pay off as he finds that kill. Poison will get Queserado coming across. Blame for 2 more just dismantles the push through Connector. The IGL of complexity showing what an incredible player he is in unfavored situations. He just hides in that smoke. The brain on this man matches his biceps. I tell you what, played so patient off that window smoke. Knew that Furia were likely going to be coordinating some kind of push through there in Connector and tears it apart. Vinny with yet another decoy. I don't know if that's just kind of like a little trademark strat for him. Hard to really understand the impact of it from where I'm sitting, but 4 smokes are going to tear out onto the A site from Furia. They're looking for a fast execute. They are smoked out on ramp. Blame F going to be spamming from behind stairs. Finds one. Poison through the smoke will find another. Smoke us off. We'll still find a way to kill you. Vinny does connect. 1 shot into Poison's head. That's important, but JKS will get 2 more, leaving Queserado to be mopped up by Blame, and the op will be recovered no problem. Furia are giving it the old college try, absolutely, but Complexity holding the line, and they're up on 7 now. 12-7 is not as scary a scoreline. Furia are going to take a bit of a timeout. They're finally going to bring out that T-side op for Junior. Let's see what they can do with it. They haven't had much trouble getting mid control, honestly, but not finding opening picks. Complexity are just playing ruthlessly. And they need it. They needed a run like this to start the half if they wanted any chance of taking their pick against Furia and making it to the matchup against Vitality tomorrow. Taking a look at the scoreboards. Rush having a quiet game. Art as well on the other side. We've got Junior and Blame F top fragging to the surprise of no one. Vinny had that great start to the first half, but been a little quiet since. Let's see what Furia can get done with their first full buy, including the op of their T side. Looks like the play is towards apartments and a bunch of util raining in. Queserado takes a bunch of damage from an HE, and that smoke and Molotov are going to hold them at bay for a little while. Config connects an HE onto Yuri, but Queserado's out the window, loses out to Rush in that MP7. Config takes Yuri out. 3v4 for Furia, and the rotates are coming in. Config creeps on over to bench, finds another, but Vinny's swing out will take him down. Poison kills Junior in the apartments, leaving Vinny all alone on that site. 1v3, very unlikely. He's just trying to find one head to maybe make this seem a little more doable. Complexity are not giving it up though. Oh, he does spot Poison's shoulder, but Poison with a crisp op shot will find his 15th frag in the 8th round for Complexity. Looks like a force coming through for Furia. We've got a Mac 10 armor and util being bought up, and config. Yeah, hero this round. That is a tough position. It is easy to get flustered and to get surrounded when they start coming out from apartments like that, but holds the line, gets the first, hides, sneaky little swing out to find another. Only going down once there's 2 players left and Poison is in position to clear out the apartments. Yeah, Furia with a partial, not a full force buy, just enough they'll be able to buy next round with not much to spare. Caserado jumping out the abs, can't beat Rush on the catwalk. And an exchange of kills is favoring Furia here. Their health pretty low, but they do take the site. Complexity players in position here for a fast retake attempt. This op not ideal, but we do have Yuri who hasn't even found a gun yet. He's still just on that Tech 9 with no health. Still though, Complexity are the ones who need to initiate here. They need to make something happen. Vinny spots Blame F's gun barrel and Art will finish the kill for him actually. Just Poison and JKS left. Poison with that op, not able to find Yuri so low. Vinny jumps across and finishes Poison off with that Galil. JKS takes his head off, but it looks like Fury have done it. JKS hoping to just pin these players here on the bomb site, find some exit kills. He does grab the op. I guess he knows the angles, and yeah, he'll survive here just fine. But that's too bad. That 3v3 retake, very doable for Complexity, and they are not able to do it. 13th found for Furia. Complexity, no money problems. Config is going to pick up that secondary op. As Yuri did find a rifle, as well as Art, both on those M4s stolen from the CTs. Furia looking to find 14 before Complexity can bring this any closer. Poison with a quick shot from Cat onto Art and re-peaks. Not able to find anything as the Furia players are shooed away. Important duel here between Caserado and Rush over in the apartments. The smoke will keep it from happening as Caserado falls away. Blame F spams away at the apartments and re-smokes it, thinking that there's an apartments play coming, but it is in fact towards a ramp and Palace. Yuri's going to be walking up Palace, Vinny and Junior towards a ramp. Caserado is looking out towards mid. We've got a few Complexity players here to defend, but no one ticket. And Config is actually looking back towards jungle. With proper use of these remaining smokes, Furia could isolate this bomb site. It would just be JKS to beat as he's pushed up close in this Tetris position, and Vinny's going to hard clear it, and yeah, he finds the headshot. The bomb site now belongs to Furia. Absolutely. Caserado on mid finds Poison rotating. That was the opper. That's got to hurt. Config does still have one. But now we're in a 4v3 for Furia, and Complexity's positioning is kind of terrible here. Although Furia were absolutely able to make this work from similar positions. Junior finds one out of Config, a wallbang headshot. Junior, I said it first round, someone needs to check this man's PC. My suspicions are just getting out of hand now. Blame F in a 1v3 here. Capable of winning these, but seems like not interested this time. Gonna slink away, hang on to his kit, armor, and M4. Complexity gambled. They had Config real deep on jungle for a quick rotate over to B. It seems like Blame was determined that or decided that the push was coming from B apartments. He spammed, he used util, called Config over. And 'twas not to be. JKS left as the lone man on the A site, loses out to Yuri or Vinny. And a 14th for Furia. Complexity now in need of 8 straight to win this in regulation, or 7 of the next 8 to take us to overtime. A tall order, to be sure. Junior, absolutely crazy shots. Player with good maps and bad maps. We're definitely in the good column here. 20 and 14. And Blame finds an opener onto Art in mid. That's got to sting. JKS is going to swing into this molly, get almost 2 kills. Yuri will get the trade, but going down to 7 health. Vinny and Palace taking a look out. He's smoked off, and Blame seems to know exactly where he's coming from. They trade back. Junior's going to grab that op for an early peek. They're going to think better of giving it to the low health player. Yuri maybe not totally confident in his opping skills, not something we see him do very often. Complexity, again, only one player on the A site here. If they're able to beat Poison, which Junior is not, Poison with a great shot to drop the bomb, and oof, this is a tough position to recover. The smoke goes out, as well as the fake flash with the rifle being thrown. Bomb's actually not picked up yet. And Poison has the info. He knows exactly where these Furia players are right now. And BlameF in position behind to make sure no B rotates happen. He's going to be pushing up through spawn. Maybe can even find a player. It looks like that's actually where Furia are headed. They're just looking for this free frag. Vinny has caught the timing perfectly. Takes Blame's head off. Turns this into a 2v3. Config is tearing back towards the B site. Correctly assessing that that's what Furia are thinking now that they've got that frag onto Blame. Config actually goes through underpass and he's taking this tight position. Furia are playing split. Yuri's going to throw the Molotovs. And Vinny has the option here to go through connector or to go up cat, and it's going to be a 1v1 on the Config. Vinny's not ready. Config snaps him and takes the bomb. Yuri all alone, 10 seconds left, just going to try and save the op. Complexity don't really have the money to go hunting here, but well done by Config there. Blame going down was a tough position to be in, and Complexity needed to make some smart decisions to recover, and Config plays it perfectly. Crisp shot there from Poison. Yeah, Vinny. Can't understate how smart that was and to nail that timing for when Blame would be there. It's just that timer that runs in your head when you're a player of this caliber. You just think like, well, we gave up the control of this area that how long ago? Paying off for the Brazilian there. Timeout here is Furia weigh their options. Complexity seems like they can't have a decisive map one way or the other. They seem to make everything close, no matter how good or how bad it looks for them in the beginning. Getting off to an awful CT start, only finding 3 rounds in the first half, and now they're at 6-1 so far. 6-2, excuse me. So it's definitely not talking about them winning the map yet, but they've made it look doable. Fury on the full buy with an op on Junior. Against the double op setup as Config again holding it towards Cat, and Furia are out of the apartments, but Russian Config with that crossfire find the first 2 players. Junior maintains control of the bomb and just turns tail, whips his knife out, and hikes on out. Vinny taking a look towards A ramp, hoping they've caught some rotates, but JKS does not like leaving the A site. Not one bit. Art not able to beat Blame F's position, crouching in the back corner of connector, and Junior just like that in a 1v5, hoping to hang on to this op. Complexity still not really with the money to go hunting for this, especially as CTs probably content to just hang out. Interesting, only 77 ADR for Junior. He's been finding those high impact frags and has had a couple of great rounds on the op, but not lending itself to a whole bunch of damage. And yep, nothing really to talk about here. Complexity have made this look very doable. They've been doing quite well. Get back at you at the end of this round. Hopping back in here as Complexity do eventually decide to hunt. They lose Poison, but JKS will take that op away from Junior. We head into our 25th round. Yeah, Config and Rush just swinging out from that crossfire position, and JKS remaining. The map control here has been really solid for both teams. Both CT sides looking quite good, quite difficult to crack. Both offenses seem to be designed to sort of find a weak spot, find an angle or position they're not defending, and been coming up dry in that sense. Although Furia have been trying more in the way of full executes on their T side, not really panning out. Blame did great against the last one of these connector executes, and Window and Config somehow finds 2 with the op from Cat. They were not ready for that position. How do you not smoke that off? Config's been there with the op the last few rounds. Finds 2 quick op shots, and Yuri, well, screw the smoke. Yuri just kills Config straight up with the AK. Pops on up and takes the head off. Vinny holding the line against JKS, connects the first and the Deagle spray. Not under control. Blame takes out Yuri. Junior is all alone with a pistol and dies to poison. Fury did very well to find that kill on config, but unfortunately after he'd already found two, Fury are going to take a timeout and figure out how they can get that match point rolling. Because now Complexity are on 11. Now this is officially a close map and winnable for Complexity. They're now up to a 7-3 half thus far. And this is honestly just looking like if you just told me this was another 12 rounds of Furia's CT side and Complexity's T side, I'd believe you. It's looked very similar. We've just had these crossfires come in, these peaks from multiple angles, just dismantle these walkouts onto bomb sites on both sides of the map for both teams. Mirage can be a tricky map to find an opening and to get control of a site, especially into competent oppers and patient players. But it seems like the strategy of waiting for a mistake has not panned out. Let's see what Fury can come up with coming out of their timeout. AKs across the board, missing a little bit of utility. The play is towards apartments, possibly underpass. Yeah, we've got three walking down towards underpass. Seems that the utility coming out from Queserado is designed to pull Config's attention back towards that B site, which it has for now. And JKS in a lot of trouble here. He's getting pinched from all sides, but Config has come back down cat to support. The boost goes into window. Art finds Config over on the catwalk and swings back for Blame F in the connector. Blame F did find one member of the boosting team, but this push through window, it seems like Furia might have finally done it. Trades go back and forth. JKS did find one that somehow survived. He was literally surrounded by the Furia team for 10 seconds. Poison finds one on a case and another outstanding flick onto Yuri and Poison. Oh my God. Lights up the server with three insane little flicks. Back, forth, and back for three crisp kills and a 12th for complexity. Let's watch this one again. He even just sees the player on cat there and ignores him. 1, 2, 3. Oof. Wow. Yeah, that's correct, Rush. That is the appropriate response. Deagle's in an AK. A couple AKs here for Furia as they're partially forcing up, but Junior looking to buy that op next round nonetheless. Config, aggressive peak. He's been doing quite well with this op over here on cat. Even when he loses out, he rarely goes untraded. Blame finds Yuri pushing into the window. Not going to get us with that one again. It is the only strat that's really paid any dividends for Furia, but now that Blame's onto it, finds that kill onto Yuri hopping up and Queserado going down as well to Poison's op from Ticket. Vinny with this deagle needs basically a couple of 1-deags if they want any chance at a bomb plan here as Blame finds Art in the connector. Will upgrade to the ugliest AK-47 skin. Don't at me. It's terrible. Vinny does find a great 1-deag and flicks up, almost connects the second, hits the chest shot into JKS, bringing him down to 42, but does lose his life for it. Junior with this P250. Let's find a weapon upgrade here as he grabs an AK, gets on out, probably just looking to save that. He's set on all sides. He knows Config's up there on cat. The king of cat, and yes, I'm spelling cat with a K in that sentence. Oh, Junior's dead. Yep. JKS's recovered op from Poison's body gets him. That op crossfire is tough to beat with a pistol, even with an AK. 14-13, Complexity have brought this to within 1 round of victory. Furia still looking to find match point and to ensure they don't have to go to overtime to win this map. Let's see what Furia can come up with. Still buying here. Their loss bonus is excellent. There's a Galil for Art as he did drop that op over to Junior. And he'll be going down very low to some spray from Blame. Blame, the brain on this man. I'll just say it over and over again. He knows these set pieces so instinctively. It seems like he doesn't have to think about them. He doesn't have to question them. He can just see a tiny bit of information about utility and information coming out of the other team and know exactly where their head's at. More importantly, where their literal head's at. To be on the receiving end of some bullets. Rush pushed up aggressive in apartments. Will be in a duel with Queserado here. He falls away to a passive angle. Looks like the execute is coming towards apartments. Blame F's rotate time is the important factor here, as well as Rush and Config's ability to find some kills. Config with that op is going to fall back towards market and looking towards apps. Rush has not been cleared yet. He plays patient, gets some damage and a kill for it, but will eventually go down to Art staying in the apartments. Blame F drops the bomb. That's important. 3v3 here. Blame finds another one to K Serato, doing so well in these scrappy situations. Again, just this, he's not the best caller in the world, but just this instinctive knowledge. Hold on here. Junior's found two. This has left JKS all alone, walking from guess where. If they tap out and see that it is JKS still alive, they know he's coming from Palace, which could mean a lot of things given this much time. JKS knowing that op angle from bench, playing safe from it, looks into market, can't beat Art. Furia have found match point. What I was saying about Blame F is that he has this Counter-Strike IQ that when these situations get scrappy, he just makes other pro players seem like silvers in the way that he just nutmegs them here. Look, just swing out to get the bomb, steps forward, steps back, spots the player on the balcony and doesn't go for the shot. Fortunately, not enough to overcome those two great op shots from Junior there. And Art with the double scope in to beat JKS. Well done by Furia. Complexity need 2 rounds to send us to overtime here. And Config, great shot, great start as he finds Art walking up the catwalk. K Serato sending some smokes out of the apartments, but the bomb is headed back towards A on the back of Junior. We've got Yuri headed up through the underpass. His duel with Poison could be pretty important as Poison is peeking it. Oh, perfectly diagnosed. Now, is that Poison Instinct or Blame F's call? Who knows, but the peak could not have been better timed. Standing there, chest out, with a grenade in hand. Junior sending the flash over A ramp, trying to get Vinny a little peek there. Might have taken it, but he didn't get any damage if he did. Got Poison watching, jiggling for that position in Palace. K Serato could be the key to this round as he is in underpass. It's not found much here. 47 seconds left. Furia do have time to go either direction with it, but they really want to find a head to bring this thing back. 3v4 take of a site on low time and low util sounds a lot better than a 3v5. And it seems like this round will end on A. 30 seconds left. Junior and Vinny up in Palace. JKS holding the scaffolds against them. K Serato walking out mid. Looks like he'll be headed towards connector. This is just the save. This is absolutely just the save. Furia decide they don't have a time to try the 3v5 execute and don't want to risk it. Wow. 15-13 and you're going to save. Yeah, I guess if this goes wrong, then you've almost guaranteed overtime happening because their buy would be crap next round. But this way they save a few guns and bring us all to this very last round of regulation, a 12-3 half. And now it all comes down to this. Do we see overtime or do we see Furia taking away Complexity's pick? The right call from the Brazilians. You can see why I'm not a Counter-Strike coach because I wanted to go for that, but that 3v5, a lot lower odds than this final round here with just a couple of Galils handicapping them. The flashbang gets Art out and he takes down Poison. That's gotta hurt. Blame gonna tear through this smoke, hoping to find a kill in exchange. Him and JKS have a great crossfire setup, and JKS finds Art. Again, Furia, you know JKS is in Palace. Look that direction, man. Blame F. Oh my goodness. Blame F says it's overtime, son. And he'll hear no arguments. Junior and K Serato left to try and disagree, but not much of a chance here. Junior with that op stranded in mid in chair, looking towards the catwalk, terrified to leave the angle. K Serato basically needs to find a 3K here all alone if they want any chance at this round. One minute left. Junior going to start walking out towards connector. You can see the focus. He wants this. If he finds one here, if he finds the opera ticket, it's actually not an opera ticket. That's just Rush with the rifle. Poison's op has not been recovered. Config alone on the B site. Not be tested today. Junior likely. Oh, Blame F spotted the gun barrel, and Junior misses the quick scope. Blame F. Was that an ace? I think that was 4. At least, but yeah, JKS got the 1 from under, but it almost counted as Blame's kill as it was on a player hunting him, but Blame with the Guns out to find overtime with a massive 4K. Well done. The 12-3 half on their map pick brought back to a 15-15. Absolutely incredible stuff here from Complexity. We'll be back with you at the start of overtime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. One Jack back here with some overtime action. Furia Complexity. We've got 6 rounds here to decide the fate of Complexity's map pick of Mirage. Furia with an insane CT side, a 12-3 start, not able to close it out as Complexity pull it back. Exceptional work on both sides. Now we've got Complexity starting off on that CT side that both teams had way more luck with. Queserado finding the open onto JKS. They finally remembered where he always is all the time. And Vinny spamming through the smoke finds Blame's head. Now we've got 2 ops here, both smoked off. Horrible start for Complexity. And giving up a round on your CT side has got to sting. Queserado close here on ramp. Does Poison? No. Poison takes out Vinny, but Queserado on the swing will get him another headshot through the smoke. Has got to sting. Config with a great headshot onto Junior. We've got a 2v3 here. But Furia have the bomb site, and they know where Config is at least. Rush is going to push on out and does find Yuri. 2v2, but Rush very low. Spam from Queserado can't convert. Config has wandered around to jungle. Does he beat? Oh, the no-scope doesn't connect, but Art does not push the issue. 2v2 still, and it looks like Furia are headed towards the B site, and Config's called this out. This could absolutely still go either way. What a round. Oh my goodness. Config found success on Cat last time in a similar situation. Queserado was heard Config, absolutely. He's called out that position because he is walking through the apartments and Art spamming away onto Config, but that has given Config the info. Oh, just misses the timing onto Queserado and spots him, hits the flick through the wall, not able to connect the second shot. Queserado finds an all-important headshot, fakes the plant, trying to draw Rush out. Rush so low in this 1v2, and his position is just not great. Market is a tough take against 2 players. He can probably isolate these fights if he needs to. The bomb plant going down. He hears that. He knows they have to stick it because of the time. Finds the first onto Queserado and is just wrong about where Art is. Art, again, playing very patient. Rush clearing every angle, checking bench, and taking that pre-fire. Got him killed as Art pops out and finds a T round for Furia. And T rounds are worth their weight in gold in this overtime. Each team proving very ineffective at taking them in regulation. Yeah, let's take a look at this shot here. That was huge. Config hit that great flick to bring Queserado down low. Rush finishes him off, and yeah, that pre-fire. Art was already swinging out, it looks like, but Rush just needed to be right on that call. JKS had a great round earlier. I believe got a double spray down with that exact play, peeking over the Molotov on A ramp. No luck this time as Furia are playing it patient, but the bomb is headed towards underpass. So it looks like it will be an A finish. Flashbangs blind both players, but JKS comes out ahead, getting the early advantage for Complexity. Queserado out towards apartments with Art's flash, kills Rush and opens up this B site. Just Config's op on Cat. Flashed off the angle, takes one crazy shot, hits nothing. Blame F. Spots Queserado, gets a good bit of damage. It looked like that crosshair was on the head, but does not connect the kill. Long rotates coming in from Complexity. JKS headed towards a fight with Yuri for the apartments. Is JKS going to be ready for a player push this far up? And Yuri, no! The timing. JKS knows he's here. He's the USP out. What's he doing with that? Oh, JKS can't win it, and Queserado found 3 while it was turned around. Oh, I said it was all going to come down to that frag, that duel. Turns out Queserado's just going to kill all of Complexity by himself, and a second T round for Furia. Complexity now need at least 2 T rounds to send us to double OT. Keep in mind with the way this works. And they're going to need all 3 T rounds plus this last CT round if they want to win this one. After dragging this all the way back from 12-3, this would be a heartbreaker. And what a tough, tough position for the international roster. Looks like a catwalk take, and it's Poison on the catwalk. Not, oh, what was that, Poison? That was just not much I can say for that. Appears to be flashed off the angle, just looking the wrong way. Gets his head jumped over. Blame F does trade it out at least. Just something. Config spots a gun barrel. Another flick, bringing a player down very low. Repeaks, takes out Art. Vinny with that bomb on very low health, 3v3 here, but Furia players are extremely wounded and not a lot of positioning here in this B site. This config really is a thorn in their side, having found almost 2 kills already. Vinny's so low. BlameF and JKS both do have HEs, but they're thinking it's the A site. Look at this, JKS all the way back towards Ticket. Config finds Junior in the window. That was the full health player. The Dane has decimated Furia's offense here. And now it looks like Furia are going to play this real patient and hope to make Complexity think it's a rotate. But JKS's play actually paying off as he goes, listen, boss, there's no one over here. I don't care how quiet it is there. There is nobody at the A site. Vinny and Queserado wandering out, looking to find this third T round, which would just be an absolute nail in the coffin. BlameF swings out and finds Vinny off the back of that HE going out. Queserado in this 1v2. This is a tall order. 8 seconds left. He's basically out of time. He's got to get on that plant right now, and the Molotov will finish him off. Complexity finally pull one through. After Poison gets caught out early and Catwalk control given up that easily, but BlameF with the great spam through connector to find that trade. Was that just... That's just knowing that's just another vac shot from Config. My goodness, what a player. Complexity on this T side. They found a single T side against the full buy from Furia earlier on in this map. And now they need 2 to send us to double overtime and 3 for the win. This is a tough, tough spot. Poison's up could be the key. Not being given the duel. Junior playing a pretty passive angle. As we've got 3 Furia players on this B site. 2 headed up into apps. Art and Queserado. Rush holding the line here. Should be good on this for this kill on Queserado, especially with the AK-47. But that flashbang from Art. Oh, a perfect call out. They must have heard Rush in that position. Config will trade one back to keep it into 4v4. Junior finishes Config off that window boost. Playing from CT. Smart play. Smart defense. That was what carried them through. Yuri mollied off, is going to drop the smoke to keep himself alive. Yuri, hello? He does get the smoke down, but he goes down to 38. That's got to sting. Kits on all 4 players for Furia as the bomb goes down for Complexity. Furia again. I'll keep saying it. Bend but don't break. They've given up a lot of positioning, but they're in a 4v3 here, and they made these work. Flash goes through, and JKS so ready for Art to walk through the murder hole. Spots Queserado's gun barrel too. JKS knows exactly where he is. Poison holding line against this push from Ticket, but Yuri on the boost gets Poison before BlameF is able to trade it out. There's very little time left on this bomb. Junior needs this kill right now. BlameF spots his head. Junior swings out on the other side of the box and does get the kill. JKS finds the spray down, and that will be the round for Complexity. They find 17. Yeah, they find 17. They find this tie. That's huge. One more round will ensure double overtime. Again, that is the second full buy T round Complexity have found. And it was a close one. JKS, that spam through the box was very well done. Junior beating Blame, as well as Yuri getting Poison, were huge frags over on that A site, but JKS just about pulls it back. Junior tearing out through the window. BlameF catches a couple of shots. Interesting little pathing there from Junior. Now you can just walk there a lot easier than that and not take any bullets for it, right? BlameF or Yuri and Junior finding 2 players out on the A site. Uh-oh. This is not great. JKS does get a trade back on a Junior. 3v4 for Complexity. Blame spamming towards Cat has shooed Art away and gotten some space on the A site. And this time, not content to let them hide back in their holes, the CT side, BlameF pushes the issue, finishes off Vinny, but JKS is so low, so is Blame. JKS does go down to the spam from Yuri. Config alone on the site, ready for the Opper. Art peeks out. Config swings back, and it's an insane little tap onto Yuri's head. But Queserado finishes him off, and Blame in the 1v2 with no side control, waiting on window, and he can't even get to this defuse. It's 18 for Furia. It'll come down to this last round to see if we go to double overtime or if Furia finally stave off this comeback from Complexity and put a nail in the coffin of this map. That little boost on Ticket has now gotten a kill for Furia both times on this A site retake, 2 rounds in a row. That's been working very well for them. And we had Vinny with some crazy good rounds with that AUG playing on from Catwalk last time. And looks like he's going to be heading up there with Art. Art maybe thinking about an aggressive op peak, thinks better of it, maybe sees the smoke out or hears about it from Junior. But we have Junior and Art with the crossfire on mid, both with those ops. Poison taking some spam shots, not able to connect, but has given the info that there's something going on in mid here. Rush looking towards apartments. JKS with the bomb. Not in Palace. Oh, no, maybe he's headed there now. Headed back through T-spawn to take a look towards the A site. Mid control gained for Complexity. Very passive positions for Furia here. 2 players in the underpass, 2 players top mid. The window's smoked. Cat is mollied. This looks like a play towards connector. They're going to smoke connector deep. Config taking a little bit of damage off the HE, and Vinny watching for this window boost. Art in support. That smoke, they know exactly what it means. Config is going to walk out and not see Vinny. Vinny takes 2 heads. JKS finds Yuri, but 4x3 moment. And that's the round done and dusted. JKS does burn Junior down, but Vinny with that AUG and the 4K to close the round out and the map out. Forgive my desolation. I'd call myself a Complexity fan, but I'm also just a fan of good Counter-Strike, and that's exactly what we got right there. Furia coming up with a good, staving off an incredible comeback with just an impeccable defense on this ace site, bending but not breaking. You can turn off my stream if you're tired of hearing that, because I'm just going to keep saying it. It was spectacular to watch. Anyway, I've been One Jack, and I've had a great time watching this map with you. I'll be back with you another shortly. Thanks for checking out my channel, and I'll see you next time.